Hi, welcome to Dice Control Dojo. I'm Phil, and I practice every day and share my tips so we can all get better at the casino. Today we're going to talk about Debriefing Vegas. What did we learn? What was the conclusion? And what do we need to do next? So I did 90 videos in 90 days. Went to Vegas, had a great time, made some money, was able to pay for the trip, and put a little nest egg away. So I'm very happy about that. Very conservative better. So we don't talk about betting, but I'm usually pretty conservative and still manage to make some serious money. So I'm happy about that. So what did we learn? What was the conclusion? I really feel that my dedicated practice in throwing was essential for me doing well in Vegas. I think moving forward, I want to find a fine line because I know not everybody is passionate about practicing like I do every day. And moving forward, I'm going to have a couple videos a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, and I'm going to post some different things. I'd love your opinion on. Make sure you're in the comments. Tell me what you'd like to see, so that I can kind of concentrate on that. And I'm only concentrating on practice. What kind of practice you're doing? What do you do on a daily basis so that you can be ready to go when you get to the casino? I really want to make sure that you understand how important it is to keep your muscle memory, your mental game going. When we were in Vegas, a couple things that I took away from it. We made some money. We did well. We were able to get on some tables. We got onto some longer tables, which I wasn't prepared for, which is okay. But I didn't bet so much just to make sure I didn't lose a lot. My SRR, believe it or not, was not very good. It was, of the four of us, I probably had the worst SRR going. But if you debrief the numbers on the SRR, which I'm just using as a tool to see if I'm doing well, I'm not. It's not the end all, the be all. But this proves my theory in that opening sevens, if I don't count them, my SRR was up around 10. But because I was doing throws, opening sevens, I had like a 7, 7, 3, 7, and then I threw a 6. So that just tanked my SRR. And you guys have to understand with SRR, that is over like 10,000 throws. You can't just do it on 30 throws. You can't do it on 36 throws. You can get a number, and that's all well and good. But the bottom line on that is, I mean, we're talking statistically over a long period of time, would be a better way of getting a number for that statistically. But it still keeps you in play so you can see how you're doing when you're throwing. Uh, the issues that I had that I should prepare for better when I'm practicing is we were doing team play. If I'm at my local casino, I'm gonna get in and get out as quick as possible. I'm not gonna allow myself to get tired. But when you're in Vegas and when you're with your friends and you guys, 72 hours is the most I can do in Vegas, then I'm crashing and burning. Towards the third day, it's getting very tiring. And when you're talking about being specific about making sure you have a good rhythm, your muscle memory is good, being tired or hungry or overeating, all of these things play into your throw. Because remember, it's all about this little section right here. And it's very important that you're precise on that. So if I go to the local casino, if I warm up here and get myself in a good rhythm, feeling it's good, I can head to the casino, try and do what I need to do there. That's great. But when you're in Vegas, it's a whole different ball of wax. you have to make sure you're pacing yourself and you're not too exhausted. You're sitting at that table for hours can cause a lot of issues with your throw, muscle memory, being tired, the playing time, because you're on there forever. So we want to get up and move to different tables, but sometimes it's so crowded or it's a busy day that when you're throwing or not throwing and you're just waiting, craps is exhausting because you're standing the whole time. It's not like you're sitting for blackjack or anything like that. So you have to make sure you're constantly working on making sure you're not wearing yourself out. And if you are tired, step away, go relax, go sleep, take a nap, try and rejuvenate. It's just so hard when you have four people that want to be on the tables all the time. You're going to overextend yourself, and I feel that that's what happened a lot of times in Vegas. So playing with a team or a bunch of guys versus for a weekend versus myself going to a casino on a weekend by myself. I get in, I get out, I do what I want. If I'm tired, if I'm not feeling it, if my head's all cloudy or I'm not throwing right, I'm not going to go. But that's easy for me to say. I don't have a buddy of mine who lives 4 hours from a casino, so he can't just pop in when he wants to practice and play. So it's not fair. So moving forward, when you're doing a live event, I guess my conclusion would be you got to practice it a little bit more, right? So if right before you get to Vegas, maybe a couple weeks if you're going, you have to try and stay up and try and play for a long time, not just morning sessions that I do, for an hour, 1 hour practice. You got to be able to do some. And a few people suggested in that doing some exercise before running and stuff. That is a good idea to get ready to go for Vegas. So you get your legs working in that. And if I run in the morning before this, they said that'll help with my shaking and stuff. So I'm going to try that in the next few months. Try and do a morning run first so that I can come off of that and come here and try and not shake. One of the things I noticed in Vegas quite a bit is I was shaking. I was nervous. And I'm trying to relax, use my mental focus, and relax when I'm throwing. But I'm just noticing that I would get nervous because you're at a table. I'm trying to throw well so that my conclusion after 90 days, I didn't really realize how much pressure I was putting on myself, and I was trying to not focus on that. But it does come up quite a bit that I wanted these 90 days when I got to Vegas after all this hard work. I wanted to succeed so I could show you guys that dedicated, determined practice will help. And I think it worked. I think if we debrief Vegas, I think I made some money. I don't talk betting strategies, but I'm very conservative, and it's okay. I came away paying for my trip, paying for putting a little nest egg away for next time. My bank account for craps play, I have a separate account for that, so I make sure that I have some money. I'm not overextending myself, which is very important too. You don't want to do all this if you're losing money. But I found what is fascinating with all the years we've been doing Vegas is that if my buddies and I said, hey, let's go do a Vegas weekend, and we went and played golf, and we picked the top 5 golf courses we were going to play. We'll play one Friday, one Saturday, one Sunday, say even one Monday. So 4 of them, and what's it going to cost? A couple $100 a pop. So you're down $800. You paid 18 holes of golf for 4 days. We sat and played hours, and I'm talking hours of craps, which we enjoy playing. We love talking to each other. We love playing on the table with each of us, and we came away making money. So I'm like, I can't say how proud I am of the fact that I worked hard to make money in Vegas and be able to spend time with my buddies, the craps crew, and we made money on the adventure. We were able to come home with a little money, and I consider that a win-win. I think those 90 days of practice was essential for me to get my muscle memory in my head in the game. But I'm going to see if, as we talk about in the future, I'm going to do a couple different videos moving forward a week instead of one every day. But I want to hear what you guys want to talk about. I think 90 days was probably excessive. I was trying to pick. I had such a bad session in Atlantic City. I wanted to rejuvenate and see if I can get through it. But I don't think 90 days is essential, as you probably said. So what do you think? How often do you think you have to practice? And how, if you have a Vegas trip coming up, how far beforehand do you think we need to start practicing and getting that muscle memory down before we go? I don't know what the answer is to that. Is it 10 days? Is it 5 days? Is it 30 days? I don't know. I guess it all depends on the person, right? Are you able to get your muscle memory down pat before a trip? I know my buddies aren't 100% on board. The craps crew doesn't do what I do each and every day. But, I'm happy that they said that they practiced a lot more because I was working on these videos every day. So that made me feel good. I feel we all threw very well throughout the whole ordeal. We had some great runs. Everybody supported us at a different time. If you have 4 buddies and you go through the 4 of us and one of us hits at least a 20 roll, and you do that every time, it's going to be very hard for you not to make money as you move forward. So all of our craps crew was dedicated to making sure we did well in Vegas, and I was very proud of what we did. It's probably the first time we all came away with a lot of money, and we were very happy with the success of it. So moving forward, what am I going to do? Well, my upcoming videos, I'm going to post a couple a week. I'm going to dissect each of the things that I feel we need to work on or talk about. And if you guys have some ideas of stuff you'd like to hear me talk about in regards to practicing, please give me a comment and we'll talk about those kind of things. We'll go over some stuff. But I have a lot of stuff to go over. It's really funny. I have another 50 index cards I've made on things to talk about that we haven't even talked about yet. So I'm excited to try and move forward with a couple a week. My whole name of this sessions are going to be 180 days. And why is that? Well, I've recently gone and saw my coach, and we had some tweaks that we did. I want to share them with you. I want to share what the best practice for if you get a change in your throw, which I had a little bit of, is to practice it for like 6 months. So I'm going to try and practice this quite a bit and see if I can get this change down and try and see if it's successful, if it helps me. And I'll explain it all in the future. But I'm probably going to move on to talking a lot about my 180-day plan to get this stuff right. Try and correct the little adjustments that I had and kind of talk about it. I got a new felt. I got a new shirt. I got a new plan. So I hope you're joining me a couple days a week and tell your friends to sign up and listen to some of my discussions about practice, dedicated practice, deliberate practice. I want to continue doing that. And I want to make sure that whatever I learn or whatever I see in the comments that I can talk to in the future. So I'm very excited to share that with you. So as always, my best betting strategy, whether I'm in Vegas or in my local casino, is to make sure I throw for a long, long time.